Hey everybody, it's Brian, and I'm thinking I might get a little bit heated about this situation that I'm about to discuss, and so that's why there's no co-vlogger, because I didn't want to be getting all irate with her in the car. Just here's the deal. I live in Texas, North Texas to be exact. Well, not exact, but to be close. And we have some fires to the west of us, and it's severe. We've got some severe fires going on. But also, last night we had some pretty bad storms rolling through. Hail, high winds, tornado possibilities, all that kind of good stuff. And the local news station, they have this thing called Viewer's Voice, where people can call in, and everybody just calls in and complains. I don't know if anybody ever calls in and says, "You did a great job." But anyway, so someone calls in and says, "Well, I can't believe you're giving all this time to the weather, and I got a fire that's 14 miles from my..." Now realize, this is 70 miles to the west of us is where this fire is, okay? It's 14 miles from this lady's house. She's all PO'd because the 70 miles to the east, where we live, is where the storms are. And I'm thinking to myself, look, it's not all about you. God, people. Why do people act like you're the only person in the world? And everything should be, this news station should only be reporting what matters to me. Nothing else. Stupid. So anyways, I'm sitting there thinking, all right, look, I get it. Fire, danger, bad, you're scared. 14 miles from your house. It's been coming at you all day. The news has been reporting on it all day. You walk out your front door and you can see the freaking smoke coming all day. We're in the middle of a hailstorm with tornado warnings popping up, hail, heavy thunderstorm warnings popping up. The news still has to tell people that are in the path of these current storms. So why you're upset just because your house isn't getting any rain or storms, you're all PO'd. It just shows the people today, it's all about me. It's all about me, my stuff, what can you do for me, how does this affect me? What happened to the thought of the greater good? The people, and that's the problem. And if the general population's attitude does not change, I think, we're just heading down the wrong path. Everybody's worried about number one, and nobody cares about what's good for the greater good. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, come on, people. Let's take a step back and realize, that sometimes other people, other people have situations, and other people, have needs too, and maybe you need to step back and look at that. I feel bad for the lady with the fire coming to her house 14 miles. I get that. But in my thinking, you had the time to call and bitch out a radio or TV station about this. You should have been loading your car with your crap and getting out of there. I don't know what you're doing on the phone bitching about it. And by God, if you didn't know how close the fire was, or where it was at, or which way the wind was blowing, well, obviously you weren't paying that close attention anyways. But the storms were happening that minute, and it was pretty important to warn the millions of other people that are in the way of these potentially dangerous storms. You have to share the time with the bad thing. I just don't know how else to put it. Okay. Zen, focus. Just had to get that off my chest, because I swear, more and more you see this, all about me. What's it about me? Me. And God dang. And that's part of my road rage. Is I used to get so mad, this guy's slow, or this guy's trying to speed and he's driving reckless and all this. And I read a book, and it was, 12 Habits of Effective People or something like that. One of those kinds of books. And the thing that it said in there, the little story that it had in there, which I've said this story before and I'm going to say it again. This guy was sitting on a train. His kids were running around. It's like 2 kids, and they were just running around loose. He wasn't disciplining them. He's letting them do whatever they wanted. And the kids were annoying all the other passengers and causing all this grief for everybody else on the train. And finally this person "Sir, why don't you take care of your kids and get them under control?" And the dad looked at him and said, "I just came back from the hospital where my wife has died. I have no idea what I'm going to do." And that's all he said. And you have to stop. Is it really a father and these kids just lost their mother? You didn't know that. You got irritated. But is it really that big of a deal now? This guy's trying to figure out, how am I going to deal with the rest of my life and these kids and take care of them and raise them? But because of your impatience and your all about me attitude, and these kids were ruining your little trip, you failed to even consider he might have a valid reason for being the way he is. You have to step back and sometimes say, look, there may be something else bigger or more important or greater going on here. It's just not all about you.